Hello and welcome back to my channel. You have probably been wondering where I've been the last 6 months, and so has the government.
I am back! What it do, baby?
But today I'd like to share with you... Work! Today I'd like to share with you a special movie that I have seen a couple months ago, but I haven't got a chance to actually explain my thoughts on it. Guardians of the Galaxy Vol.3. It's by far the best Marvel anything they've released since probably Endgame. I have followed this series since I was like maybe 14 or 15 when the first one came out. And I've always liked them. I've always liked the soundtrack. I've always liked the story arc. It's been a decent ride thus far, and I think this was a fitting conclusion to the whole overall Guardians of the Galaxy narrative. The premise of the movie is that Rocket ends up getting mortally wounded, and the rest of the Guardians try to find out who his maker is so they can try to help him get out of his comatose state. There's a little bit of tension amongst everything. There's a time limit because the whole movie is revolving around whether Rocket will heal or not. They try to find his maker, which is the High Evolutionary. And the guy that actually plays him also played the agent character in Peacemaker. So James Gunn, the director, has had worked with him previously and probably was like his application process to play the High Evolutionary. And as soon as he's introduced, you know that he is going to be a real deal villain. He's got all the mannerisms. He's got all of the basically makings of a good villain. And he is like Rocket's number one nemesis because he picked and prodded at him when he was a baby and made him into like this abomination that he sees himself now. And he's also made countless other experiments like that. And what makes Rocket so much special is because he can actually think freely and create new ideas that haven't already existed. Which the High Evolutionary sees that as a monument to his work, that his work is actually creating new inventions that he hasn't seemed to replicate in any of his other works. So he like values Rocket over every single other invention that he's made. So they come into contact with him when Rocket's mortally wounded and they're trying to heal him. But the High Evolutionary just wants him back so he can study his brain to see how he can replicate it towards other people. Rocket isn't just in like a comatose state the whole time during the movie. He is constantly going through flashbacks from his past with his friends that he was in captivity with from the High Evolutionary. He's constantly having those flashbacks, and seemingly it's supposed to be like his life flashing before his eyes, and that's kind of how they portrayed it. So you get the one flashback where the High Evolutionary kills his friends, and obviously Rocket is mourning and everything, but the High Evolutionary just laughs, and he's like mocking Rocket, like true menace to society. He is more threatening and more scary than how they built up Kang in this. And the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, Kang's supposed to be the next big bad, but I have seen more evil shit from the High Evolutionary than I have with Kang. So I think they like really got his character spot on to make him the most villainous person they can make him. No main characters die, which is awesome. I was really hoping there wouldn't be. It would have been, if Drax would have died, whatever. If Rocket would have died, that would have been sad. But I think the way that they did it is they showed that you could tell a good story without having to kill off an essential main character to make the movie have weight, because you see they all go their separate ways at the end. They all go and do their own thing at the end of the movie, and you get this feeling of melancholy. I think that's what the word is, melancholy or nostalgia, whatever. You get that sense of feeling that this is the end of that chapter. There isn't going to be another Guardians movie like this with this set of characters. And that just hits home. That hits home with you, especially with the end song, The Dog Days Are Over by Florence and the Machine. You actually get that feeling of melancholy that this is it. That this is the happy ending that you rarely get to see in any of these type of movies. That you actually get to see all of them still be alive and can go on and do their own things. Quill and Gamora, they didn't get back together because that's not the same Gamora. And I like how they kind of portrayed that as they're both moving on, because they both grew into something different than what they were, which kind of reflects real life a little bit. Anyway, I like the ending. I like the whole movie, in fact. It's a fun ride. Definitely the best Marvel's put out in a long time. James Gunn is terrific. I hope he does good things over at DC. Hope he brings me more movies that strike home with me. Fucking piece of gold and a pile of shit every once in a while. You know, Guardians of the Galaxy was actually like a kind of like a flashback to what Marvel used to be like, because technically it was supposed to come out before Endgame or something like that, whatever. But it actually made me feel like that I was back when I was younger watching Marvel, and I got that same sense of feeling. And at the end, I got that feeling that that time was truly over, that I got to see a peek in the past, and now it's gone. But overall, I give the movie a solid 9.9 out of 10. That is a very, very high honor. Sorry I've been gone for so long. I have been extremely busy lately, and now that the weather is starting to slow down and we're getting into the dead part of the season, I will be inside a little bit more instead of outside enjoying my summer. It's always good to get fresh air and exercise and all that good stuff. Thank you for watching, and let's get this video to at least 15 likes, because that'll make me feel better. Thank you for watching. Good night.